The goal of personal branding is to align who you are on the inside, your values, with how you show up in the world, how you're perceived in the world. When you align those two, you create a magnetic field around yourself. Opportunities that you've been looking for suddenly show up. It seems like you're lucky. You're not lucky. You actually just aligned who you are and the perception of yourself so that people want to be around you, people want to have you. Question is, are you memorable? Whether it's 2 minutes from now, you just had a conversation 2 minutes ago, 2 hours, 2 days, 2 weeks, sometimes 2 years. It can take up to 5 years to land a big client. How are they going to remember you? What are your values, and how do you differentiate yourself but align yourself with the organization so that you're seen as a must-have versus a nice-to-have? So what I'm asking you to consider is, how do your internal values show up on the outside based on what my values are: family, education, wellness? What do I choose to do in my life? And the reason I'm doing this is we're creating a strategy, we're creating a funnel. We start with saying, these are my values. If these are my values, this is how I participate in the world. If this is how I participate in the world, how do I want to be remembered? I want to be remembered for this. And people, when they see me, when they remember me from last week, they say, oh, I remember she had on that great red jacket. It's one piece combined with your resume, combined with your stories, that compiles together to create a consistent brand. Wardrobe is a very critical, important piece of your toolkit. If you take the time to develop a good put-together outfit, it shows. If you're meticulous in your wardrobe, you're also just as meticulous in your job. You want to build, it's again a pyramid, lots of these. The bottom tier are essentials. These are pieces that are classic silhouettes that will never go out of style in classic fabrics. A wool pant, a cashmere or a trench coat, a wool jacket. The novel, and that should be 50%. These are the things that ground your wardrobe, that you can, the black pants that you'll own for 20 years. You want to invest in this area because you'll own it for a long time. The novelty category is 30%. So the novelty are the same silhouettes, but in unique colors, unique patterns. So for the ladies, it may be a silk fitted blouse, but instead of having it in a cream, you have it in your signature color of royal blue. It becomes memorable. This is where your personality comes out. As a tie for the gentleman, instead of a navy striped, you have a maroon striped or a polka dot. Classic shape, interesting fabrication, interesting color. And then the icing on the cake are trends. Trends are what make you feel up to date. It makes you feel like you've got some flavor, some personality. One of the things I see that gets lost as folks work further in their careers and become more mature is they lose sort of the flavor, the personality in their wardrobe. They feel a little outdated. They may look a little outdated. We want folks to be able to relate with you from different generations. So it's having little pieces that say, I took time this year to invest in myself to make sure that I'm current. So what message are you sending? When we look at when you dress, you want to consider different areas. Lifestyle. Does your personal life overlap into your business life? I see a lot of what I can call chameleons. They have different personalities. I have one example from a client of mine who worked in operations. She was very successful in her career. One of the things I do is I work and I help people to build their wardrobe and their closet. So I had developed a relationship with her, and we come to her house, and I ask her to show me her closet, and she says, well, I have 3. Okay, you have some overflow? Oh, no, there are 3 on purpose. This is my work wardrobe, this is my casual wardrobe, and this is my church wardrobe. And I thought, oh my goodness, what does that make you think? Multiple personalities. Multiple personalities, and that she is managing the way she shows up in different environments. Well, that's great, but it also made me really sad because I thought she's compartmentalized her life, and she's probably feeling very lonely. And so when I suggested to her, I would love to help you integrate these, and she nearly dropped to the floor. Personal branding is a very touchy, emotional topic. And working on this, being in the position of saying, okay, I want to invest in myself, it's scary, and that's okay, that's a part of it, but to start to push the envelope and say, okay, I'm not saying let's combine two closets together first. And really with this client of mine, the problem was she was not comfortable with what shapes looked good on her, what colors looked good on her, and she thought she was scared of drawing attention to herself. And so when we went out and we tried on different silhouettes on her, and I asked her, I said, okay, tomorrow at work, I want you to please wear this color. And she was horrified. I said, trust me, this is what I do, and just let her go. And she came back at the end of the day, no kidding, with 5 compliments on that one different changed item in her wardrobe. And within the period of time of working with her, which was that she was in a year-long program with me, we combined the closets, we got her wearing color. She was promoted within 6 months, and people knew who she was. So we've been talking all about the face-to-face, in-person. Guess what I did before I came today as I prepared for today's workshop? I looked up every single one of you online. Why do I do that? I do that so I know who's in the room. I do that so that I can develop human contacts. I had a conversation earlier today. I realized that we had common colleagues. I think you know someone I know. We bonded. We had a conversation. Is he going to remember me? I sure hope so. So what does your online image look like? Most importantly, do you have a picture? And is the picture in focus? Are you wearing a memorable color? And can I feel your energy? Can I see your personality? Or is it too stoic? Would I want to hire you? So positioning, let's just talking about physically, where are you standing? If we look at a table, so you're walking into a conference room, how do you decide where to sit in the room? People are going to make decisions based on where you sit, which direction you face, who you sit next to. When you walk into a room, you always want to choose facing the door. Facing the door puts you in a position of authority. You can see who's coming, you can see who's going. You want to sit if you are not the leader will typically sit at the head of the table. If you want to be viewed as a peer, you want to sit next to them or kitty corner. You don't want to sit opposing. If you sit directly in front of someone, it means that you're at odds and you're competing for the conversation and the power. If you sit parallel, it means you're on a level playing field. Around the corner puts you more at a level conversation instead of you're in charge or I'm in charge. So a good, effective handshake, you come straight in. Hi, Matt. Nice to meet you, Clare Hefferren. Let's put this over here for you.
Okay.
Got it? So this is called the web. You want to go straight in and connect on the web. All 4 fingers flat. No death grip, no fish clammy. Solid without being overly aggressive. There are different ways to give authority or to be submissive when shaking a hand. Someone that comes into you like this, you just come in like you're going to shake my hand, come in like this, normal.
Right.
I go like this. You're not going to feel it because here I just sort of, I am dominating. If my hand is on top, I want you to feel that I'm in charge. So, your hand. So I want you to feel that I'm in charge. I'm forcing you to be submissive on the bottom. If someone does that to you, turn their hand, not over. Turn their hand parallel. This is even playing field. I am not going to be submissive to you. The flip side of that is we're networking and I see a shy person in the corner that's nervous and sort of not feeling comfortable. I'm going to go up and I'm going to make them feel welcome. How am I going to make them feel welcome and at ease? I'm going to come in with my hand up. just come in straight. I'm sorry, confusing. I come in and I turn their hand, so they're on top.
It feels weird.
It feels weird. Now, we're focusing on this, so it's going to feel weird. But if I just did that subtly, you probably wouldn't notice, but it triggers a subconscious of comforting. I'm saying, I'm submissive, I value you, you're in charge. That can give someone that extra edge to feel welcome in a group. Tentative language. So tentative language are words that you use that take away the power of your intention. They add uncertainty, they show a lack of confidence, and a lower level of status. So limiting words, that's when you say if versus when. When I get this project, we'll do X, Y, Z, versus if we get the project, we'll do X, Y, Z. Which has more strength to it? The when. It's creating the future, stepping into the future. When we have the project, we will do this. Hedges. Hedges are the words like sorta, maybe, probably. I kind of understand it. I understand it. You add in those extra words, and it adds in hesitation. Disclaimers. I may be wrong. I may not. This question may be really off, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Why don't you just ask the question? If you say this question might be off, well, I'm going to listen to you that your question is goofy. Tag questions on the end of something, on an email. Let's meet next week on Tuesday, versus let's meet let's meet next week. Sounds like a good day, right? I just add a hesitation. Oh, maybe it's not a good day. I'm giving you the out to say no, it's not a good day, versus we're going to meet next Tuesday. I think that it's more important to somehow connect on a human being level instead of just, I'm not just about my job. That's what I'm trying to say in general. Your personal brand is you are everywhere, or you are not defined by your role. That is a really tricky, sticky area. If you're in transition and you feel like you have no identity because you don't have a job, it's a lonely, challenging, hard place to be. So I'm saying, let's figure out who's your identity, who are you outside of a role, and what makes you feel good and authentic and memorable so that you're excited to step into a room and share who you are and learn who these other people are. Unfortunately, at times we're stuck in habits and patterns that we're not even aware that we're in. And if what you're doing is not serving you today, then something needs to shift. And it will feel like you're being pushed out of the comfort zone. That's a necessity to get to the other side. You have to go through the uncomfortable pieces. Depending on who you're working with, I come from a very empathetic position. And the reason I started this was because I was that chameleon in my 20s. I have a lot of interests. And I had different personalities. And lots of friends, but all of a sudden, I was lonely. And so I had to take that effort to say, this isn't working, and merge those together. I share a lot around where I come from because I understand that it's not an easy road, and it's an evolution. Like you change, and your brand should change with you. What I ask you to take home from today is start to observe. Look around you. Who do you remember? Thank you.